What's up, family? Welcome to another live. Just waiting on more people to come into the live. How's everybody doing today? I just want to apologize. I've been away for a minute. My work schedule's been very, very busy. So no, I'm a little late. I usually do this once a week. So hey, I apologize for being late. Just gonna wait till more people come inside the live. I hope everybody's doing okay. Like I said, I apologize. I've been away for a little bit. I usually come here like every week. I usually come here every week, but I had a very busy work schedule at my other job. I've been coming in very late, so I apologize for that, but I am definitely here. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I look forward to talking to everyone tonight. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got some interesting topics to talk about tonight. We're going to be talking about the layoffs. What's going on? Marcus, what's up, man? Good to see you, Marcus. Good to see you, brother. We got a lot to talk about tonight, Marcus. Yeah, we got a lot. Okay, we got 5 people in. So, okay, it's time to start the Tony Rome show. Let's do it. Let's see. Let's do it. All right, here we go.
Tony Rome Live.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Marcus? How you doing? Any more investment idea? Yeah, silver. Let me see. Let me go into my app right now. I'm gonna tell you some things to invest in. Yes. Let me tell you what I invest in. We're gonna go here on Robinhood right quick. I'm gonna give you some good investment advice. Let me sign in to Robinhood right quick. Yeah, I'm going to give you some good investment advice. Always do your research, though. Don't just believe me. Always do your research, okay, before you make a decision, okay? Let me see. Okay, I got a company called Pan American Silver. Pan American Silver. The stock is $24.88. That's what it's trading right now. Joseph, what's up? Man, I know that you had called. On Instagram. I was working. I'm sorry. I didn't get back with you, man. I apologize for that. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you. Get back to you, Marcus. Yes, Pan American Silver is a good investment because silver and gold is creeping up. It's going up in value, especially gold. Okay, let me tell you a little bit more about Pan American Silver. Pan American Silver engages in operations development, exploration of silver and gold, producing properties and assets. It operates through the silver and gold segments. Okay, let me see what the market cap of this is. They have a $9.3 billion market cap. And today it opened at $23.74. Hey, Chris, what's up, man? What's happening? So, Marcus, that's your stock pick for today is Pan American Silver. Yeah, salute to you, brother. Yeah, sorry about that, Chris, man. Apologize to everybody. I've been away for a minute. Man, I've been very busy at my other job. So I've been getting home like super late. You know what I'm saying? So I am off today. So I was able to get everything together so I can really have a really good show. So you guys can really learn something, man. We got a lot to talk about today. Um, we're gonna talk about the economic collapse, layoffs continue. No, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm gonna have another one for you next week too, guys. If y'all come to my channel, I guarantee you every week when I do a live, I'm gonna give you a very smart stock pick because man, we gotta get ready for this economic collapse, man. We gotta get ready. We gotta get ready and get ourselves ready where we're gonna live, where we're gonna be in Thailand, whether we're gonna be in Colombia, whether we're going to be in Brazil, wherever it is we're going to go, we have to get ready financially. You just can't just go to a different country and just like like out being prepared. That's why so many people, like I was listening to this guy in the Philippines. He said there's homeless Americans that's walking around in the Philippines. Hey, did you know that there's homeless Americans that's walking around Medellin? Did you know that there are American people, citizens that's actually living on the streets of Medellin? I did not know that. Yes, they are. They just don't. I mean, they love the country so much. They love where they are so much. They don't want to, even though they're broke, but they just don't want to go back to America. So they just stay homeless in the country. But usually they end up getting arrested. They end up being deported. You know, but we all have to be prepared for what's coming. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that's going on in the geopolitical environment right now. Unfortunately, there's lots of layoffs that's going on. I mean, we talking about. I just got a notification that they are getting ready to lay off 80,000 people, man. This layoff thing is really, really scary. 80,000 people is getting ready to lose their job, and they still cutting. They still cutting. Even the private sector, man, they are laying off people. I heard that the big three is laying off people. So you're going to have an environment where you're going to have just thousands upon thousands of unemployed people walking around in the streets. So what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what are we going to do so we can prepare ourselves? My grandfather used to tell me years ago, stand up on your own 2 feet. And I heard about they talking about doing something to Social Security. I hope they don't, because that would ruin my plans for retirement. I hope Elon Musk doesn't do anything to Social Security. You know what? You guys are younger than me. Most of y'all on this live is younger than me. I would start preparing of not having Social Security, because I've heard that it could be bankrupt in the year 2030. So we're living in very scary times right now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to invest every live that I come on here. I'm going to give you guys a stock to pick. But that gold and silver, you can't go wrong on that, because central banks all over the world are piling up tons and tons and tons of gold. Okay? You can't go wrong on gold. Gold, one thing about gold, is going to always hold its value. Gold goes all the way back during the biblical times. Okay? But let me give you guys some news. This is what's going on in the economic collapse right now. Arizona, what's going on? It's up to Elon. He has an advisor that needs approval. Yeah, yeah. He's going through. But one thing I didn't like what he did, Arizona. He had that chainsaw and he was up on stage and talk about me slicing this and slicing that. See, the thing that you have to understand about Elon Musk and these people, he's a multi billionaire. He has absolutely nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. But guess what? There are millions and thousands of people that has a lot to lose when they lose their job. What's up, Eight? How you doing, brother? What's up, brother? It's so good to see y'all, man. It's good to see y'all. It is good to see y'all. Hey, you always be here, man. It's so good to see you. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. Trump said that he's cutting Social Security to the people that to be from. Okay, yeah, that's why. Okay, but also, he said that he's not cutting Social Security. Okay, last night. So you're good. Okay, but said that he wants to exempt from the taxes. That'd be great. That'd be great if Trump is able to pull that off. That your Social Security check don't have to worry about getting taxed. That would be great. But that's my ace in the hole. That right here, because I'm at the age of getting Social Security. Social Security is a check that comes from the government steadily every month. So I looked on the Social Security because I have a account set up with the Social Security office. Okay, and they tell me how much money will I be eligible for. Okay, how much will I be eligible for? How much money I would get every month, and that would cover rent easily in Thailand. Excuse me. That would cut rent. That would pay for rent easily because I've been doing a lot of research, and in Bangkok, you could get a condo or one bedroom, beautiful place. I'm talking about beautiful place for under $500 a month. I can deal with that because it's me. I don't need 2 or 3 bedrooms. Unless I get married, I can always upgrade. Plus my 401k, plus my investments with Robinhood. My stocks and everything, my stock options and all that. And plus I have income coming in from YouTube. So when you travel, when you live abroad, you want to have multiple streams of income. That is very important. Okay, let's see what else we got. For retirements and people with disabilities. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And plus, in Thailand, it will be very easy for me to get a visa. It's called a retirement visa that I can apply for. I heard it's much easier to get a retirement visa. You know what I'm saying? Than it is getting any other type of visa. Yeah, for retirees. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's my plan. We have to be ready to live abroad. I mean, you got to be um, financially ready. You just don't just jump up and just leave, and you have a savings, and you go to Thailand or Colombia or Brazil. You live out there, and then within a few months you go broke. That happens to a lot of people that want to leave this country and live in another country. They're not prepared, and I have heard in Medellin, Colombia, there are Americans that are homeless that's living on the streets. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Never heard of that before. But they don't want to leave though. And it's in the Philippines too. You got people walking around in the Philippines that are homeless. Americans. Never thought you would give up Colombia. We know how. I do love that country. I do. I do love Colombia. I love that country so much. But it just the last time I was there, I had this feeling of I just keep looking over my shoulders, everywhere. Like I have my camera on my like when I be going out doing content, I had that feeling of insecurity, like Because I told you the last time I was there, I was almost robbed 3 times. Me and my girlfriend was almost robbed when we was walking to the store. Guys in the moto, they came around. I told you guys about this. And they were zooming in on my camera and they were zooming in on her phone. So I say, baby, we're about to get robbed. So we took off running. But thank God we was very close to the entrance of the mall where we were going. So we hurried up and we dashed right into the mall because they came back with the moto. They came back around and they came straight after us up on the curb like they was getting ready to get us. They had the helmets on, they had the jackets, and they was going to get us. So, and then I told you the incident with the cab driver. He kept looking at my camera, because I wanted to do some content while driving through, the mountains. Medellin has very beautiful mountains. And then he just kept asking over and over again how much you pay for the camera, how much the cameras were. So that kind of scared me a little bit. Philippines retirement visas easy, yeah, and it's much cheaper than Thailand, yeah. Oh, okay, you said the Philippines, okay. There's an older guy. He does content in the Philippines, and he gives some very, very good information about the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like I would like the Thailand because the night they seem like they have a very good nightlife there. Matter of fact, I was watching Zach and the Fact video, and he was in Pattaya. The nightlife, he was there, and man, oh man, you got restaurants everywhere, you got lady boys everywhere, you got women everywhere. I mean, it's a crazy spot. And plus, they have a beach there too. So I like that beach. That beach looks really nice. But I gotta tell y'all something about Thailand. They're getting tired of us. Yeah, that's no way to live. Just constantly being alert. Yeah, and then whatever date that you gotta worry about. If she's going to do something, put something in your drink, or she's gonna put something in your food. I gotta ask you guys a question too. I need y'all opinion about something. So you think Thailand would be your dating spot too, since it's your return? Yeah, it would be a good dating spot. But you have to be careful. I've never, you know what, Marcus, I've never heard of anybody getting drugged and robbed in Thailand, not once. Now, I do hear about people getting scammed. You can't get scammed there. You have to be careful with the bar girls because they will try to, finesse you out of money. But I've never heard of anyone getting kidnapped, robbed, or poisoned in Thailand. It was one video I did see an older man saying that he said some women on a bike approached him and kissed him, and he said that the girl had some type of drug on her lips, and he became unconscious, or something. She robbed him or something. I heard something like that, but you very rarely hear about really bad stuff in Thailand. Thailand is nice to visit, but I will not want to live there. Pattaya is the red light district. Yeah, Pattaya is the red light district. Yeah, yeah, this red light. Yeah, I seen that. Well, maybe Bangkok would be a nice place, because you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be in the red light district anyway. I just want somewhere where it's quiet, peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Very calm. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be in a real good environment. He says 99% freelancers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Let me see what he's talking about. No disrespect, Coachy, but no place is paradise. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't see any of these places having a better dating scene than the U.S. Why? Because what here is what's there. Yeah, but see the problem when I'm talking about Marcus that you have to look at is the cost of living. That's what I'm talking about. Because let me tell you, the cost of living here in the States is going up. Once these tariffs take an effect, once this stuff starts going on with the tariffs, we're going to have what you call hyperinflation. Okay, the price of rent here is very expensive. Okay, I live in a one-bedroom apartment, okay? Here in Michigan, in the Detroit area where I am, the average cost of a one-bedroom apartment is $1,200. And it goes up every year. Yeah, you said the meaning of the piece of paradise means promise don't exist. Every day is a good day. Yeah, I mean, there's no place perfect, but Thailand, like I said, I never heard, because I listened to other retirees that's there, and they really love it. They say the biggest problem that you have to worry about that people get messed up is they're not prepared when they go there and live there because they don't have an economic strategy. You know what I'm saying? An economic strategy to be there for long term. You can't go there with a savings account. Have $30,000 in your savings account, and you say, "Okay, I want to go to Thailand to retire." That's not going to work. You got to have a substantial and a steady stream of income coming in every month. But things here in the States are becoming more and more and more expensive. More and people are losing their job. And not every day will be a good. No, I'm not expecting everything to be perfect. Marcus, there's no such thing of things being perfect. But I'm going to tell you this. Things here in the U.S. is going to get much more harder. The cost of living is going to go up. I don't know what your living circumstances are, but you have a lot of homeless people walking around. And once they do these layoffs, it's going to go even much higher, much higher. Yeah, the cost of living is cheaper, and the women are cheaper, but much younger. Yeah, I love younger women anyway. So, I prefer them to be young anyway because let's say if I do want to settle down, I'd rather settle down with a younger woman. Just in case if I do, want to have a child of my own. I never had a child of my own before, and I haven't ruled that out. Even though at this age, if I met the right younger woman that wanted to marry and have a baby, I would have no problems with that. But I have to be financially secure before I do that. Okay, we're gonna get into the economic collapse. We got a lot to go over tonight, and these are some things that are going on right now with the economy right now that I want to address you guys. So check this out. Let's see. So I'm going to wait a few weeks to worry about the tariffs as they should work it out. I hope they do. I hope he works it out. Matter of fact, Arizona, Trump made a deal with the auto industry. He said he's going to hold off on them paying tariffs. So he's exempting certain companies away from the tariffs. So that's a good thing. Let's see. The thing is, I've been watching you guys for a long time. I saw the full picture. To me, no one has been changing their horizons. Okay, what you mean by that? Okay, we're going to get to that, Marcus. All right, check this out, guys. Here's some information on the economic collapse.
Sending out a second email now to workers demanding a list of accomplishments for the week. NBC's Ryan Nobles is in Washington with the latest.
Over the weekend, millions of federal workers received a second email demanding 5 things they accomplished in the last week or risk being fired. The emails have been created by the Elon Musk-led Department of Government Efficiency and endorsed by President Donald Trump.
There was a lot of genius in sending it.
But many agencies have been giving their employees conflicting guidance on how to respond, guidance that has still not been cleared up. While this weekend, Democrats warning that Musk may turn to cutting benefits for Americans after he criticized Social Security last week.
So Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Senators quickly responding.
Now, I think what Musk, the wealthiest guy in the world, just said is totally outrageous.
While the changes by Musk's team are still being felt, including at USAID, the agency that handles America's foreign aid, where an official, Nick Heinrich, wrote a memo saying the cuts will, quote, no doubt result in preventable death, destabilization, and threats to national security on a massive scale. He was later placed on administrative leave. Musk's next target, the Department of Defense. The initial review of the Pentagon's massive budget is expected today as protests in response to the cuts across government continue.
We are Rangers!
Thousands gathering at national parks across the country to express their outrage. And in red states nationwide, Republicans continue to face the heat from their constituents. In Kansas, Senator Roger Marshall ended a town hall early to avoid a hostile crowd.
Remember, you got elected from the whole state?
I'm going to say this one time. If you all keep cutting me off, if you're rude, which you're being, I'm going to leave.
That was Ryan Nobles reporting.
And we fight! We win!
From Connecticut and Maryland to the nation's capital, federal workers taking to the streets fighting against the mass firings of government employees as the Trump administration works to shrink the federal government.
I've got a very clear message for Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and MAGA. Hands off NOAA!
Hundreds of scientists with the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration are among those recently let go. NOAA provides weather forecasts and storm warnings as well as climate monitoring.
This is such a dangerous thing. You're playing games, really, with potentially life-saving information to go out to people, or making that harder to get out to people.
Thousands of workers receiving a second wave of emails demanding by Monday night to list 5
You see that building right there, guys? You see that? That's where I live at. The area where I live. This is Detroit. This is at the Detroit Medical Center of the Veterans Hospital. They're laying off people there. A lot of people was out there protesting, with signs and everything about the shutdown, losing their jobs.
tasks they completed at work last week. Elon Musk saying those who fail to respond will be fired. The Department of Education also giving workers a Monday deadline to accept a payment of up to $25,000 to voluntarily resign or retire, according to a memo obtained by ABC News. And the Social Security Administration, which provides key benefits to older Americans, saying it plans to cut 7,000 workers. New York Governor Kathy Hochul hosting a roundtable today with some impacted government workers.
I served my nation for 20 years in the Army. I raised my hand again to accept this job in the federal system, thinking that there would be some stability in it.
The governor saying New York has 7,000 available jobs, encouraging those who have been let go to apply.
New York does want you. New York needs you. Come work in the greatest state in the nation.
The Department of Government Efficiency says it has saved $105 billion, but experts say that number cannot be verified, that the site has only posted what the agency says is 30% of the supporting receipts. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Ooh-wee, man. Man, oh man, oh man. There's a lot of people being laid off, brothers and sisters. There's a lot of people getting laid off. And my thing is, the scariest thing is where all these unemployed people going to go. You know what I'm saying? You got people that have been working in the government for many years. They're looking forward to retiring from the government. So the government is being slashed by tens and thousands of jobs. And let me tell you, man, the cost of living is going to go up, and a lot of people are not going to be prepared what's happening. That's why I'm telling you. You know what? I come on this live every day. Every week to try to warn you all what's to come. Okay, we need to start preparing. Whether you're going to stay here in the States or where you're going to go abroad. Me, I want to go abroad. Because when inflation starts creeping in, when things really start going up, it's going to be a hard way to live, and people are going to be mean here. I don't want to be in that type of environment. I do not want to. I want to be in a peaceful, really great environment. Yes, I do love Colombia. I do love that country. I think they got the most beautiful women in the world, and I'm going back to visit. I'm going back between May or June. Probably in May, I probably end up going, but I will definitely let you all know, and I will be communicating with you all while I'm there.
You look at grant recipients, contractors, huge number, Postal Service, which they've also talked about having some reductions, right? You're getting close to 9 million people Right. It's a lot of people. And we looked at the way it's
That's
spread
a
around the
lot of
country. So
people,
it's 9 million
9 million
people. And it's not all in Washington, D.C., Maryland,
Yes.
Virginia. It's scattered everywhere.
80% of that federal workforce outside of the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. Yes, there's a concentration here for sure.
Because you're dealing with contractors. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a domino effect of layoffs. You may lay off the core people, but then you have your restaurants, and then you have your Uber drivers, and then you have, it affects everybody. Has a domino effect that reaches it can reach into the millions of people experiencing the economic collapse.
Absolutely. That 20% ratio is higher than any other state, but that dispersal touches every state in the union.
Absolutely, and even when you look at the map and you look at how it's spread out, some parts of states more than others. So, like you have a big federal agency with a satellite office in your town or your county, that can be a big chunk of employment, especially in some of these rural communities where there aren't a lot of private sector jobs. There just aren't. The state, federal, state workforce, local workforce, and federal workforce, big employers. And you go to some of these communities, you whack out 20 jobs. Those are jobs that it's not easy for people to find work.
Dante, we had an economist on this program last week talking about 1,000 IRS agents to be fired in Kansas City. That's not a rural place. That's not an economically strapped place. But 1,000 employees like that makes a big difference.
Well, think about the way we would report on this if this were a plant closing, right? Like we report, plant's closing, hundreds of people are going to be able to work. This is a major impact on this community. That could be happening all around the country. Little big things like Kansas City, drips and drabs, smaller places, but big impacts.
And, of course, that is part of the counter-narrative. Those who are supportive of the Trump administration's efforts say, well, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
The federal government's never trimmed or rarely trimmed the way the private sector has to go through realignments, reorgs, things like that. And so finally it's your time.
Right. Yeah, there might be some truth to that. I do think that everybody feels that the federal government needs to be watched a little more closely. You need to remove redundancies. Some redundancies are in the system for a reason, right? Federal government, just remember this, I would say to those people, companies make cuts because they're not making the same money they used to.
Have to be responsive to shareholders.
Exactly.
Yes, this is very scary.
I'm from around Detroit, the auto industry. We just don't need
truth.
people to turn bolts because we have machines to turn bolts now, so we don't need as much as we had before. But this is the federal government. I know that people don't like the fact that it is so big, but its mandates aren't getting any smaller in terms of what we're asking it to do. And these are big changes. Look, the idea that people want cuts is one thing. The idea you want cuts this way, this quickly, and this seemingly,
in a jarring way economically.
Absolutely. These could have really big impacts.
And you have research on this phenomena in military communities and Native American communities.
So those are, when we looked at it, we have these 15 different types of county we look at. Every type we look at least 2% of the workforce are federal workers. At least. That's a lot. I know 2% doesn't sound like much, but we're talking hundreds of thousands of workers, right?
Yep.
But in the places we call the military posts and these Native American lands, you're talking 7% of the workforce, 8% of the workforce. These are big numbers. Yeah. And you see even, all right, so we're not going to cut all these people. We're going to cut half. That's a lot. It's a lot of people.
Is there a political breakdown here that you found that might be counter to what people might assume?
So the one thing that we think is interesting when we looked at the data, when you talk about the percentage of workers in the federal workforce in one way or another, the big cities, which are places that vote heavily Democratic, are actually on the lower half of the 15 community types we looked at. They're still a number, but they're down toward the bottom. Some of these, it's these rural communities where, frankly, there aren't a ton of private sector jobs in some of these places because of what's happened to small manufacturing and other things. Like, these are places that vote Republican, that are rural, that could get hit pretty hard.
And that might have a rippling political consequence. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Dante Cheney, thank you very much for the research and the expertise.
Yep, so you're talking about thousands and thousands of people going to lose their job, So only thing I just want to tell you guys is to get prepared for what's coming, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I've been laid off before, and believe me, that is a very, very scary feeling, knowing that you've been laid off, you lost your job, and how are you supposed to pay your bills? How are you supposed to pay your rent? Nothing stops. You know what I'm saying? Electric company, don't stop sending you bills. The gas company, don't stop sending you bills. Your landlord, don't stop. They don't care if you lost your job. I've seen people put out here, and it's sad, they take all of their stuff and they stuff it right by the garbage, by the dumpsters. People dressers, people beds, people couches, they don't care. Landlords don't care. When they evict you, they will evict you. They don't care what type of hard times that you fall into. Yeah, it's like Terminator. It's bad. It's bad. It's gonna get bad. Okay, I have a question. Did you guys see the debate between Zelensky and Donald Trump? That was a scary, 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 scary debate. I've never seen a debate anything like that before in my life. How many of y'all saw that debate? What do y'all think about it? That was a nasty debate. Okay. Now I want you guys to look at it and tell me what you think about it. And do you think it should have been handled differently? Do you think it was Trump, or do you think it was Zelensky's fault? Because that situation in Ukraine is not getting any better. It seems like it's getting worse by the day, and more people are losing their lives. But one thing I do agree about Trump, he wants peace over there, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But this is a very, very sticky situation. We are living in very crazy times, guys. We are living in very, very different times. Check this out and let me know what you guys think about this debate.
Say what problems we have.
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during
this video went totally viral. I mean, this video went really, really, really viral.
the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over In 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like.
Well, this was crazy. This was a crazy. I've never seen nothing like this. I have never, since I've been alive in this country, I've never seen anything like that. Only thing I can say about this, I think it should have been handled away from the press, away from the cameras, you know what I'm saying? But it just looked like a negotiation that went really, really bad. That just let you know how things is going around the world, man. This is weird. This just seems so freaking bizarre. But like I said, guys, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go before World War III happens, because that's what this looks like. We are headed towards World War III, because there's no peace between Zelensky and Putin. They still haven't even talked to each other. Zelensky was pleading for additional help, and it was misinterpreted as Zelensky being entitled. That was before I listened to John Anthony's video. Yeah. It's like they misunderstood each other or something. But this war, Ukrainians have lost hundreds. I told you guys before in the last video, we talked about this, and I told you that just imagine you're watching the Super Bowl at the Caesar Palace, and that whole stadium is full with people. It's crowded, okay? And just imagine you got all those people that fill the stadium. Just imagine you replace all those people with soldiers. That is the amount of soldiers that both sides have lost in this war between Putin and, Ukraine and Russia. So what Trump was trying to do is he was trying to negotiate on rare earth minerals. So he's trying for all the money that we put into the war, Trump is trying to get something out of it. I don't blame him. We should be getting something out of it. Zelensky is pleading because he did the ceasefire with Putin 25 times, and they got rained by Putin. Okay, I see what you said. Let me tell you what you think, Chris. And the good thing is that President Trump had a prior relationship with Putin. Yes, he did. And Rocket Man, that's true. The North Korea, yes, he did. He did. Matter of fact, when Trump was president the first time, he signed a deal with North Korea. No president has ever been able to do that. He did sign a peace deal with North Korea. And they did stop firing rockets for a while, because, there's always used to send rockets after rockets after rockets after rockets. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to do that. But this thing with Ukraine is really getting really nasty. Let me see. And Troy Daniels, who is a Trump kind of said, yes, that's leadership from Trump, putting the hammer down. At times, a content creator from your hometown. Oh, okay. I'm going to check him out. I never really heard of the brother before, but I'm going to have to check him out. But from what I've seen and from what I've heard, I was going on other people's, reading the comment section on other platforms that had this debate. And a lot of people on the comment section were saying that they felt that Zelensky was being bullied, because J.D. Vance jumped into it and started talking about that you are ungrateful and all this type of stuff. So, but I'm not on Zelensky's side. I do understand. I'm not so much on Trump's side, but I do understand about what Trump is trying to do. He's trying to, he's trying to make peace. He said that your country, your infrastructure has been destroyed by Russia. I mean, how long can you continue this fight? You know what I'm saying? So I do understand that the amount of people that has been unalive in this war has been horrible. And it looks like there's no peace in sight. So I don't know where this is going to go. Let's see. Let's read this. Honestly, the United States, is the only friend Ukraine has. Those other European countries don't like Ukraine enough to consider putting troops there. No, if they put troops there, it would definitely be World War III, and European countries would become a target of Russia if European countries actually get involved in the war. Now, I've heard something that the European Union may continue to pay and support Zelensky. I think it's like $80 billion or something like that. I'm not for sure. But the United States is disassociating itself with the European Union on this war for sure. Saying, okay, if y'all want to do it, then y'all do it by yourself. But we're not. Trump is not going to send no money down there anymore. I don't think he wants to send money there. He said, I'm tired of sending money to, out. Trump is really saying that I don't want to just keep flooding money into this war unless we're getting something out of it. And so that's why he's trying to do the rare earth mineral deal. So at least we could get something out of it. But that's not really a guarantee either, because when you're doing mining for rare earth minerals, there's a lot of work involved in that. You have to get the right, contractors. You got to get the right equipment. You know what I'm saying? It's the way how you process those minerals. That's the trucking. That's a whole lot involved. It's more than just going over there and just getting, rare earth minerals. There's a lot of work to it. Germany, Spain, Poland said that they will not send troops. No, they're not going to send troops. I don't think they are. I don't think they're going to send troops either. But we never know what's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Something's going to jump off. I don't know what it is, but something's going to jump off. Something's going to give. It was Obama. Let me see. It was Obama with Hillary Clinton who got the previous president out of Ukraine. Yeah, due to the president wanting to be part of Russia. Zelensky was put to join NATO to neutralize. Right. But, Putin said that, Putin said under no circumstances will there be a NATO on the border of Russia. He made that perfectly clear. There will not be NATO forces on the border of Russia. That won't happen. And then they was talking about, well, maybe they could put a peacekeeping force or something there, but that's not going to happen. Putin's not going to allow it. And him and Zelensky, they do not like each other. Oh, my God. They won't even talk to each other. Lots of love. I am watching this balloon pop dating show. So someone sent me that this show is stupid. Yeah, that is stupid, man. But people, I'm telling you, people about to wake up, man. I'm trying to get my stuff together, bro, before stuff hit the fan, man. I think the European countries would give you up to $4 billion. See, when I'm talking about when the economic collapse happens, people are not going to be prepared when this happens. People are not going to be prepared when this happens. I'm just trying to tell y'all to get prepared. I keep extra water. I keep extra rice, food. You know what I'm saying? I keep a supply. I'm prepping myself. See, some of y'all don't know that Canada and Mexico Trump has already implemented tariffs on those two countries, Mexico and Canada. And Canada is pissed, man. Whew, God. Man, you know what? I've never seen Canada that mad. And you know what? Where I live at, you could go downtown Detroit at the riverfront, and on the other side of the Detroit River, that's Windsor, Canada. That's Windsor, Canada. I live right next to Windsor, Canada, because we have two bridges. No, I'm sorry. We have one. We have the Ambassador Bridge, and we have the Windsor Tunnel that you can go from Detroit right into Canada within 5 minutes. And you know what? Let me tell you this. I had never in my life ever thought that there coming day that Canada and the United States would become enemies almost. That's how serious this thing is getting. So now there's a trade war that's going on now. Trump has started a trade war. Okay, let's see what you say here. Okay, let me read this. Okay, I think the European countries would give up $4 billion. I think $2 billion would be a loan from the Russian reserve assets. Yeah, they could be. Yep. I think European countries would give up $2 to $4 billion. I think $2 billion would be loans from the Russian. Yeah. Okay. Still watching your live. Okay. I'm right here, Joseph. Let's see. The small of us is giving like $100 billion per payout. Okay. Poland said that they are scared Russia might take Lithuania, then come get them, and that's not enough troops to fight Russia. Yeah, they're pretty afraid of Russia. But I don't think Russia told people, Russia said, if you come after us, we'll come after you. So if you just stay away from Russia, they won't bother you. Ukraine doesn't really have a rare earth mineral. This is the chance. Yeah, we don't know what they got. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. Now, Zelensky said they have rare earth minerals over there, but what I'm talking about is how would you move that material? Okay, it takes a lot to mine rare earth minerals. And guess what? You're still not going to catch up to China. China has more rare earth minerals than any other country in the world. You're still never going to beat China. So would it be profitable for us to even go over there to get this, to try to explore this? I don't know. This is like I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. We'll find out. There's also the Black Sea oil. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Plus, you have those nuclear power plants. Absolutely. Chernobyl back in 1986 had a shell pop through the big cover of the damaged reactor. Yeah. Then the live one is at risk too. Matter of fact, I heard there was a bomb that exploded on top of Chernobyl not too long ago. I don't know if it was a Ukrainian weapon or was it Russia, but it did happen like maybe a couple of months ago. But I don't think it did real damage though. Do you think it would be smart to load up and can? Yeah, I think can, because what I got is rice. I got rice because some of y'all probably don't, excuse me, some of y'all probably don't know that most of our electricity is tied to the Canadian grid. For example, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, all those countries on the East Coast, all those states on the East Coast, and a few in the midsection of the states get our electricity from Ontario. Okay? And the Canadian government has made threats that they will shut the power off if they have to. So I don't know how bad this can get, but I'm stuck in the water. I'm not trying to fearmonger or anything like that, but if you don't have electricity, then you can't have water, right? When you turn on the faucet, that works on, those pumps and everything works on electricity. But I've never seen Canada this really pissed off at us before. I heard it took off U.S. liquor in the stores. Yep. Liquor. I used to go to college in Buffalo and cross the Peace Bridge. Wow, yep. I used to go to Canada all the time. It would take me from where I live right now, it would only take me approximately 30 minutes to get to Canada from where I live. Either I could take the Ambassador Bridge across the river, because it's divided by the Detroit River, or either I could take the tunnel. We have a tunnel that you could get to Canada. It's called Windsor, Canada. I used to go there all the time. And I would never have thought in my wildest imaginations that we would be like this. You know, Trudeau, the prime minister, man, he was pissed. I like Canada and Niagara Falls and exotic clubs like Sundowners Live. Yeah, I love Canada too. Canada's a very beautiful country. I used to go there all the time. I used to go to their parks. I used to buy their liquor. Yes, at the border they have liquor stores, and you can buy liquor over there, and the liquor is cheaper. Yeah, they have like a liquor store. You could actually park your car over to the side before you go over to a bridge, and you could buy all the liquor you want. And me and my ex-girlfriends, we used to do that all the time. We go over there and buy liquor. And they have beautiful parks over there too in Canada. Ukraine is the biggest wheat grain producer in the world. So basically they control a lot of, they get ready to put tariffs on that. It's getting ready to get really, really nasty between Canada and the US. You know, Trudeau was really pissed off, man. He was really pissed off. I should play that video for you guys. They nicknamed it Canada Belay. Yeah, Canada Belay. Yeah. But they did have some good liquor over there, though. And it was cheap, too. It was very cheap. You would save about, oh, man. Like, I used to drink Absolute. Absolute vodka used to be one of my favorite liquor drinks, you know. But I don't drink no more, but used to get it much more cheaper over there than you did here in the States. You would save like $5 or $10 on some liquor, you know. But look like they get ready to put tariffs on the liquor. So, wow, Ontario, Canada, yeah. Yep, I used to visit there all the time. September 11th, it changed. It did change. Matter of fact, I used to go there all the time. I used to go to Canada all the time, every weekend. When I was dating this female, we used to go to Canada all the time. Downtown Windsor, they have restaurants down there. I used to go to the seafood restaurant they have down there, and it was great. James Jones, what's happening? Guys, I'm going to play that video from Trudeau. I want y'all to check it out. I'm going to listen to what he had to say. Just 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to pull this up for y'all. Give me a second. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up right. Could just give me a few minutes here. Let me pull this video up. Y'all got to see this. I mean, Canada was... They were pissed off. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to bring this up so y'all can see it. Let me share the screen up here right quick. Okay, here we go. Okay, check this out, guys.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau speaking right now after the U.S. slapped Canada with 25% tariffs. Let's listen.
So today, the United States launched a trade war against Canada, their closest partner and ally, their closest friend. At the same time, they're talking about working positively with Russia, appeasing Vladimir Putin, a lying, murderous dictator. Make that make sense. Canadians are reasonable and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of Everyone in it is at stake. At the moment, the U.S. tariffs came into effect in the early hours of this morning, and so did the Canadian response. Canada will be implementing 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods, starting with tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods immediately, and tariffs on the remaining $125 billion of American products in 21 days' time. Should these tariffs not cease, we are in active and ongoing discussions with provinces and territories to pursue several non-tariff measures, measures which will demonstrate that there are no winners in a trade war. Now, just like I did a month ago, I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. As of this morning, markets are down, and inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk, at the thousands of workplaces that succeed because of materials from Canada or because of consumers in Canada, or both. They've chosen to raise costs for American consumers on everyday essential items like groceries and gas, on major purchases like cars and homes, and everything in between. They've chosen to harm American national security, impeding access to the abundant critical minerals, energy, building materials, and fertilizers that we have and that the United States needs to grow and prosper. They've chosen to launch a trade war that will, first and foremost, harm American families. They've chosen to sabotage their own agenda that was supposed to usher in a new golden age for the United States. And they've chosen to undermine the incredible work we've done together to tackle the scourge that is fentanyl, a drug that must be wiped from the face of the earth. So on that point, let me be crystal clear. There is absolutely no justification or need whatsoever for these tariffs today. Now, the legal pretext your government is using to bring in these tariffs is that Canada is apparently unwilling to help in the fight against illegal fentanyl. Well, that is totally false. Let's look at the facts. Our border is already safe and secure. Far less than 1% of fentanyl flows and less than 1% of illegal crossings into the United States comes from Canada. But we acted because we know we can always do better. We responded to concerns, including from the president, by implementing an ambitious $1.3 billion border plan. A border plan that includes generational investments in new AI and imaging tools to stop the flow of fentanyl in its tracks, stronger coordination and information sharing with American agencies, along with the deployment of drones, helicopters, and additional personnel to keep our border secure. Now, a month ago, as part of an agreement with the United States that paused the tariffs, we made further commitments. We appointed Kevin Brasseau as our fentanyl czar, a man who dedicated his multi-decade career in law enforcement to combating organized crime networks and drug trafficking. We designated 7 drug cartels, sick, evil groups who cynically profit off the pain and suffering of people on both sides of the border, as the terrorist organizations that they are. And just yesterday, we launched a new joint operations partnership supported by a $200 million investment between Canada's security and law enforcement agencies, a partnership that will enhance the coordination of information and intelligence in order to thwart criminal gangs involved in the illegal fentanyl trade. And critically, our actions are working. As the U.S. Customs and Border Protection just acknowledged, there was a 97% drop in fentanyl seizures from January compared to December, to a near zero low of less than half an ounce seized in January, even with all the further enforcements and actions we've taken at the borders. In sum, we stepped up. We engaged closely and constructively with the president and his administration. We did everything we promised. We stuck to our word. And we did it because we believe in working together to protect our citizens. Now I want to speak directly to one specific American, Donald. In the over 8 years you and I have worked together, we've done big things. We signed a historic deal that has created record jobs and growth in both of our countries. We've done big things together on the world stage, as Canada and the US have done together for decades, for generations. And now we should be working together to ensure even greater prosperity for North Americans in a very uncertain and challenging world. Now, it's not in my habit to agree with the Wall Street Journal, but Donald, they point out that even though you're a very smart guy, this is a very dumb thing to do. We two friends fighting is exactly what our opponents around the world want to see. And now to my fellow Canadians. I won't sugarcoat it. This is going to be tough, even though we're all going to pull together, because that's what we do. We will use every tool at our disposal so Canadian workers and businesses can weather this storm. From expanding EI benefits and making them more flexible to providing direct supports to businesses, we will be there as needed to help. But Canada, make no mistake, no matter how long this lasts, no matter what the cost, the federal government and other orders of government will be there for you. We will defend Canadian jobs. We will take measures to prevent predatory behavior that threatens Canadian companies because of the impacts of this trade war, leaving them open to takeovers. We will relentlessly fight to protect our economy. We will stand up for Canadians every single second of every single day, because this country is worth fighting for. Les derniers mois ont été stressants.
Okay, there we go. Yep, there we go. Yeah, let me tell you, I have never seen anything like this before. I've never seen Canada react this way to us before. I've never seen this before. This is really like something out of a movie or something. That sucks. I was planning to visit Thailand next month. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, I got some stuff to talk about Thailand next. We're getting ready to talk about Thailand next. I got some more information I want to share with you guys. That's all I want to talk about the economic collapse. So now let's get into the travel, okay? I know you all be waiting for this. I got some information from Richie Mack. Well, Thailand is making changes on their visas because the behavior of Americans. Well, no, I'm sorry, not Americans, but tourists. They're making some really, really big changes on the visa. And not only Thailand is doing it, but I heard that Costa Rica is doing the same thing because of tourist behavior. And I told you guys, I have did many videos about our conduct. And we get ready to talk about Johnny Somali, the thing that he did that really made us look bad. So we get ready to jump into that right now on the second half of the show. So I'm going to go get me something to drink. We're going to get in the second half. Make sure y'all stay around because we're getting ready to get very deep in a few seconds. I'll be right back. Yeah, we get ready to talk about Johnny Somali, man. The Menace. The Menace. He was a menace. But I'm going to let y'all listen to that's a little small clip of Richie Mack was talking about what they get ready to do in Thailand. It only take a few people to make things bad for the rest of us. A few bad apples can spoil the bunch. That's an old school saying. Only a few people can make it bad for us to travel. And Colombia also is cracking down on tourists, on bad tourists. They are not playing around. So check this out, what Richie Mack just said about the visa changes that's coming up with Thailand.
Watch and listen as he explains how Thailand is now talking about cutting visa visits from 60 days back to 30 days or maybe even 15 days.
Over the past 2 or 3 years, Thailand's borders have generally been opening up with longer visa-free stays, as well as quite a few new types of visa that people can come for a longer period here in Thailand. But now we're sort of heading in the reverse direction. This story doesn't help. And tourism leaders in Thailand are urging the government to revise its free visa policy, not by scrapping it altogether, but by shortening the permitted length of stay. And the call comes amid growing concerns about the behaviour of some foreign visitors and the impact on local communities.
All right, now wait a minute. Before you guys get into the race thing, these are people from all over the world. It's like, you're going to see, they got people from Russia, Israel, like everybody be acting up. It's not just one group of people. But go on, Tim, finish telling them.
Beauty queen thrown into hellhole immigration jail in Thailand over visa breaches. And a former child beauty queen, Alexandra Tikhomarova, is facing a stint in Bangkok's squalid and overcrowded IDC immigration prison after reportedly overstaying her visa. The 23-year-old's currently being held in harsh conditions without food or water. And Ms. Tikhomarova, who was a well-known child model in Russia, is alleged to have overstayed her visa by 10 days.
10 days? She overstayed her visa by 10 days and went to jail? It got to be more than that. Come on, Tim, holla at me.
It's claimed she'd been previously thrown out of Thailand and deported to Russia after running into issues on a previous visit. She'll be languishing in the IDC until she's deported once again to Russia. As we go to the story up in northern Thailand about the 4 Israelis who were deported for some bad behaviour in the town of Pai. And the follow-up in Khalsot English says foreign tourists' tensions rise in Pai as locals report harassment. And the conflict between Pai locals and foreign tourists who display disrespectful behaviour towards locals has become prominent, especially this week when a group of Israelis disrupted medical personnel's work at the Pai hospital, leading to complaints on social media. Although police have investigated the incident, leading to legal action and visa revocation for 4 Israeli tourists, the anti-foreigner sentiment, particularly towards Israelis, hasn't subsided. One restaurant put up a sign saying, "No Israel here," as shown in the photo. Ironically, with a huge welcome sign in the background there. One of the shop owners is quoted in the article, living in fear of these people's behaviour. Every Tuesday and Friday, from what I've observed, we have to close the shop early, feeling unsafe. There are only 2 of us women. What should we do next? How do we plan for business and safety? Feeling very uncomfortable at this time. Now, to put it into context, we are talking about a tiny, tiny subset of all the foreigners coming to Thailand, but of course they are getting the headlines in Thai media. And representatives of the Association of Thai Travel Agents and the Thai Hotels Association raised these concerns at their 21st annual joint meeting in Bangkok yesterday. They argued that the current 60-day free visa allowance for 93 countries is excessive and that a 30-day limit would be more appropriate. And he said, "I'm pained to hear foreigners say they can do anything in Thailand as long as they have money. I urge the authorities to enforce the law seriously, to love the country more than money."
Actually, I don't blame them. These are the most chill people on earth. People come out here acting a fool, disturbing people's peace, but they only gonna put up with that for so long.
Well, you just heard it, man. So Thailand is making changes on their visas because what a small amount of people do, they make it bad for. Yeah, it does. It'll take a very small amount of people to make it bad for everybody. Speaking of that, they don't talk much about international people acting out in more of the passport bros. But I'm not gonna blame it all on the passport bro. It's just tourists, just bad tourists. And Colombia has been complaining about it for months. And like I told you all, you have to be careful what you post on your social media accounts. Be careful what you put on YouTube, because you still have people that's putting out very bad content. You know what I'm saying? Like there's one guy was putting out, I'm not gonna mention no names, but it was just one individual that was putting out very negative content about how easy to pick up girls in Pattaya, working girls and stuff like that. See, what you have to understand is that these people that work in government, they watch YouTube. They look at social media. They be on X. Like Donald Trump, for example, he's always on social media. He's listening. You may not believe that they're listening, but they are listening to you. And when you go down there and you act a fool, it brings repercussion on everybody. And we get ready to get into Johnny Somali have made a blueprint of silly foreigners. So that's what I'm getting ready to get into right now. We get ready to get into Johnny Somali. This guy was a total menace. He's lucky to be alive. And what's so sad about it, I don't have no white or black thing on this channel. I got whites, I got blacks as my subscribers, but he made black men look bad, real bad, Johnny Somali, because he was black. And he went to South Korea and he went to Japan acting a total imbecile. Let me see, to be honest, this is the first time I ever heard them talk about other people than the passport bros acting out. Yeah, there be other people that do be acting out, Marcus. Let's see, with the bad behavior in Colombia, yep, now there has a Interpol officer that now, but they are still ignoring the drugging. Yep, there are people that are still getting drugged there. And the girl that robs you or hurt, they let them go. They may arrest them, but they let them go. They don't keep them very long. Okay. Talking about fixing their reputation, you're going to make it worse. Yeah, they make it worse. But I'm going to show you guys about Johnny Somali. All the ignoramus things that he did to make it bad for us. He made it really bad for us. Even in Thailand, he made it bad for us. I never knew what was wrong with this guy. But check out this video I have on Johnny Somali. The rise and fall of Johnny Somali. I think right now he's in the South Korean jail right now, facing possible up to 20 years in prison.
Internet to agree on something, but when it comes to Johnny Somali, everyone agrees that he deserves everything that's coming his way. And while there's no shortage of obnoxious clout chasers on the internet, like Jack Doherty or Neon, most of them stick to causing trouble in the US. Johnny Somali, on the other hand, has managed to become public enemy #1 in multiple countries across the globe. Over the last couple of years, he's done every heinous act you can think of, from harassing female cops in other countries.
Oh, you a bad bitch. I swear to God. You a bad bitch. I'll take you to dinner. I swear to God, I'll change your life. I'll change your life, baby.
And chasing cupcakes.
Take me to jail, police, come. Age ain't nothing but a number. You need an older man with some money. That's what you need. I'll really groom her. I'll really groom you. I swear to God.
To disrespecting a statue dedicated to victims of in World War II. And much, much more. Fortunately, karma has finally caught up with him, and there's nothing he can do to escape the consequences of his actions this time. It's a whole lot worse. However, to fully understand how he ended up here, we first need to start from the very beginning. Unfortunately, discussing his past is harder than it needs to be. Information surrounding Johnny Somali's origin is all over the place, and it doesn't help that he's one of the most insincere creators out there, willing to make up lies without a second thought. For instance, while he has claimed to be a quote former child soldier and Somali pirate in the past, his real identity is of a 24-year-old Ramsey-colored Ismail who grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona. He graduated from Arizona State University with a degree in finance. More importantly, despite having Somali in his online name, he doesn't have any Somali heritage.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did start off very nice. Yeah, he had a channel just like I got, but he wasn't getting enough subscribers, and people didn't want to watch his channel, so he started doing risk-taking behavior.
My dad is Ethiopian. My dad's Oromo. I never denied that. I never denied that I'm half Ethiopian, half Yemen.
So the fact that he's tarnishing the Somali name for no apparent reason has left people from the country outraged, with one person on Twitter writing, "Somalis are not known to act like this animal. Somali people are a very noble."
Eric, thank you very much for the super chat, man. Super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Eric, it is so good to see you, man. You're the reason why I come on this channel every single week. It's people like you, man. Thank you very much, sir. I'm just talking about here, Johnny Somali. I don't know if Eric, you may just jumped on, but Thailand is getting ready to change its visas for tourists. You know, maybe from a 30-day visa, maybe to a 15-day, because people are acting up. You know, the tourists are the countries that we visit, they're getting tired of the bad behavior of tourists. That's how YouTube is. You're not entertaining anymore. No one. Yeah, I know, not too many people watching my channel, because I give very serious information. I don't be talking about working girls. You will never have, on this channel, you'll never have me exploiting poor women in the Dominican Republic, you know what I'm saying, or in Colombia, showing you working girls to get views. I don't do that. I would never do that on this channel. I bring you guys about the economic collapse, letting you know what's about to come around the corner. I give you geopolitical information, You know what I'm saying? So you can be prepared for what's coming, because there is a lot of things happening out here. And if you don't get prepared, you're going to be left behind. You will be left behind.
People and hard workers. Respectful human being, although he not Somali and just running around with the title Johnny Somali. I will still like to apologize.
He even pissed off the Somali people. Even the Somali people trying to distance themselves from Johnny Somali. I said, why you had to have our last name?
Apologize to the Korean people that were hurt. That said, one thing we know for certain about Johnny Somali is that he's always dreamed of becoming a globe-trotting content creator.
You go to school for 4 years, you go work for 40 years, you end up in a cubicle with a suit on and a tie, getting the same salary as everybody else. Where's the mobility in life? I would rather take a risk and live a different life, you know what I mean? Live in different countries, meet new people. And that's why I kind of aspired to start my own business, and that's what I did. I ran a vape company for a while, I still run it now, and that kind of gives me the freedom and the income to pursue my passion, which has always been content creation, but I've never had the time to do it, because it's either I was working, or it's either I was in school, or it was either, you know what I mean?
And while there's nothing wrong with chasing such a dream, it's how you go about it that truly matters. And as surprising as it may sound, Johnny actually started off on the right path. In early 2023, he visited Thailand and started uploading travel vlogs on YouTube. These videos were...
he was in Israel. He was talking to that, he was trying to flirt with the Israeli police. He was trying to flirt with a Israeli police. Are you out of your mind? You in the Middle East and you flirting with a Israeli police. Yeah, he could face 29 years.
Extremely tame and, let's just say, normal, especially compared to his more recent content. However, almost all of these were just basic edits of him walking around Thailand, trying local food, and partying. They lacked any real substance, and most viewers found them boring and uninspiring, resulting in his channel growing at a snail's pace. In May 2023, he had less than 5,000 subscribers despite uploading over 300 videos by that point. His dream of making it big was slipping further out of reach with each passing day. Something had to change. But instead of working on improving his content, like any other sane creator would do, he took inspiration from the obnoxious antics of Ice Poseidon.
People of Los Angeles, how are you? Don't mind us. I have a mental illness. If you come near me, you're gonna get mentally ill.
And came up with a new plan. A decision that would ultimately lead to him becoming the target of a nationwide manhunt. It all started with him leaving Thailand and flying to Japan to do IRL streaming on Kick, and the shift in his content style was clear from the moment he turned on his camera. On his very first day in the country, he got on a train and started harassing the person sitting next to him.
You know Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima? Nagasaki?
Look at the way how he treats the people in Japan.
No. Why you do this? Pearl Harbor?
And when he didn't get the reaction he was looking for, he became even more annoying and started shouting at the top of his lungs.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki! Hiroshima, Nagasaki, you know what we do to you guys? Hiroshima, Nagasaki, we destroy it because you guys don't know how to behave. Wallahi billahi wa ta'ala. I swear to God. You do again, we're gonna do again. You understand?
He didn't stop until a Korean-American guy stepped in to defend the other passengers and finally shut him down.
You know. What?
Yep, I know how you feel, man.
Where you from? You know where I'm from?
Where you from?
He's
I'm
a
from
Japan acting
America.
a fool.
You're from America?
Japan.
Yes, so am I.
You're from America?
Yeah, you're being obnoxious.
You know what we do to you?
What do you do?
We will do again.
Do what?
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You understand?
Do you think I'm Japanese?
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Where are you from? What's your name?
Texas, buddy.
However, before he had a chance to reflect on his actions, the clip of him harassing innocent Japanese people went viral on the internet. And while he received tons of backlash for single-handedly tarnishing the reputation of foreign tourists in Japan, with comments like, "As a black person who wants to go to Japan, this guy makes me so angry." Not to mention, he perpetuates the stereotypes of Westerners in general. And seeing how everyone wants to go to Japan now, the Japanese should be more strict with blacklisting individual tourists from entering their country if they behave like this. Like, he should have been immediately locked up and extradited for disturbing.
He's making it bad for other black men if they want to travel to Japan. So one person like Johnny Somali can make it bad for me if I want to go to Japan.
The public so badly. The attention also brought him thousands of new viewers, which was exactly what he wanted. Many people hoped that he would stop harassing others after achieving his goal of going viral. For Johnny, this was only the beginning. From there, he doubled down on being a public nuisance and started doing every obnoxious thing he could think of. From calling Japanese the Mulan language.
Yo, this shit is in Mulan language. What does it say? This shit is in Mulan language. What does it say?
To labeling Japanese people as NPCs.
Real NPC activity right now. It's hella NPCs out here. This is crazy. These are NPCs, guys. We with the NPCs right now, bro. I'm with the NPCs out here. I'm with the NPCs out here. Really with the NPCs. Hey, these are all NPCs, bro.
And even blasting racist music on a train.
Yo, what's up?
I can't believe this guy.
Yo, I'm
He's
so
an
sorry.
idiot.
All in hopes of going viral once again.
This is
More
crazy.
haters is more views is more money. But you know what I say? I say the more haters is the more eyes watching.
This
the more
is
eyes watching
totally
is the more money. You know what I mean?
ridiculous.
Thank you for the publicity. I love all my haters. Every single one of my haters. Thank you so much for watching. You know what I mean? I love every single one of my haters. Every single one of my haters. Every single one of my haters. I love every single one of you. Haters is my motivators, bro. The more haters, the better. The more viewers, the better. Thank you so much, guys.
During one of his streams, he saw the Japanese IRL streamer Meowko and ran up to her without a second thought.
You live right now? What you live on? What you live on?
I am live on Twitch.
Twitch?
Yeah.
I'm on. How many viewers you got?
I have like 2,000.
2,000?
Now, this would have been totally fine under normal circumstances. However, Johnny was already banned from Twitch, and by approaching Meowko, he was putting her livelihood at risk. You see, Twitch doesn't allow streamers to show banned creators on their streams, and breaking this policy can result in a permanent channel ban. Fortunately, Meowko quickly realized who Johnny was and walked away. But instead of moving on with his day, he started cussing at her for trying to protect her online career.
And then turn around. Yeah, bye-bye. Fuck, bye-bye. Get banned, bitch. Get banned, bitch. Get banned. You don't get banned. Fuck with me, yo. Yeah, you better walk away.
His rude remarks and confrontational behavior led to her breaking down in tears before ending the streaming.
I'm so sorry, guys. Today, I really wanted to have a really great stream.
She later expressed her frustration in a tweet, reading, "We worked quickly with Twitch staff to avoid having our account banned. I burst into tears because the taxi driver on the way back was so nice. I hope he leaves Japan soon. I felt helpless that I couldn't do anything, even though he was right in front of me. Thank you everyone for your concern." And while some people mocked her for overreacting, like this one person who wrote, "Playing victim, that guy didn't do much, what a crybaby," most were sympathetic to her experience, with replies like, "Glad to hear it. It's embarrassing this person is from the US. I hope they ban him from Japan," and "Sorry the guy harasses you and the people of Japan." More importantly, these instances highlighted just how comfortable Johnny was getting in harassing others for clout. He was pushing his luck, and the Japanese public wasn't about to let him get away with it. Unfortunately, they severely underestimated just how shameless he could be. You see, many people had been trying to put a stop to him since the day he started streaming in Japan. In fact, the same day his train clip went viral, a Japanese man tracked him down and showed up for a confrontation.
No problem. There's no problem. It's no problem. No. No, we good. Hey, we chill. Somebody. We good. Come on, man. We good.
But instead of getting physical or trying to intimidate Johnny, he simply wanted to talk and to make him realize the error of his ways.
Oh, cool, peace. Okay, so we have a peace or what? Yeah, peace. Peace, and then let's do a peace. So, I want your reason. Why? Somebody. Okay. Somebody give me your money. No. Somebody give me money, and they said say it. No. So I said it on the train. You say it? Yeah. Somebody give me money. Somebody? You know, donation. So who? Somebody on YouTube and Twitch. YouTube comment? Yeah, YouTube comment. Give me money. No. They say it. No. You understand? Understood, but right? But it's not good.
He naively believed that a civil conversation would be enough to change Johnny's mind, but he couldn't have been more wrong. Johnny also got slapped by another Japanese man the very next day for his clown behavior on the train.
I hope nobody in the chat was saying weird. If I go back and whoa, what the? Stop.
But even that didn't faze him in the slightest. After seeing his refusal to back down, several popular Japanese YouTubers band together and pressed Johnny Somali about his deplorable actions.
They never did this to any other IRL streamer.
What he's trying to say is what you did is something that is disrespectful for the whole Japanese community, and that is why Japan is really, really mad.
Don't tell me you are going to drop an atomic bomb on Japan. Okay? Okay. The Japanese don't think you are good.
They also made him apologize.
Apologize to the Japanese. Come on. Okay. Say. Okay. Okay, no. Say.
No, just say it.
Gomenasai, Japan. Gomenasai. I'm sorry.
While his apology was clearly fake, this confrontation scared him enough to go back to Thailand for a few days.
That.
However, it didn't take long for him to make his way back to
that.
Japan. Maybe he thought the Japanese people had forgotten about him by then. Unfortunately for Johnny, the Japanese didn't forget, and he learned this the hard way.
Just drop in Discord right now. Hop in Discord. Oh, whoa, 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 what the?
All you have to say is stop.
But in Johnny's twisted minds, these incidents were nothing more than viral clips that brought him even more viewers, so he continued on the same path. That is, until he crossed the line and found himself in the back of a cop car. It started with him walking into random warehouses and harassing the people working there for no apparent reason.
You're mad, bro. He's getting activated, dog.
Later the same day, he went into a restaurant, but instead of peacefully eating his meal, he kept blasting siren noises from his phone.
Huawei, Huawei. Huawei, Huawei, Huawei. Huawei, Huawei. Huawei, Huawei. Chinese phone.
And as a YouTube comment pointed out, he wasn't just playing some random noise, he was deliberately trying to ruin the day of as many people as possible. The comment read, "That siren he played in the restaurant is the one that sounds every time North Korea files a missile that's heading for Japan's mainland. It's a sound that causes Japanese people actual anxiety, so that's why people got so upset. This also explains why the cops were called, leading to Johnny getting arrested the next day."
Police, what the fuck are you fucking laughing at me? What the fuck is this? なんて言ってます？あ、ということね。OK。OK、かけるよ。はい。ああ、いただきます。全部差し押さえないの。
He was charged with obstruction of business, which he tried to defend by claiming that the noise came out of his phone automatically, but the judge didn't buy any of it. Johnny's luck had finally run out. He was given a 200,000 yen fine, which is about $1,400. More importantly, he was also deported from Japan and is now banned from ever entering the country again. Now, you'd think that getting deported and banned from a country would serve as a wake-up call for Johnny. However, from Johnny's he was just happy about getting more publicity. Little did he know at the time, this brief news coverage was about to change his life forever. As a comment on YouTube pointed out, "Don't be so sure you'll get away with this and leave Korea in one piece. Koreans don't tolerate that kind of disrespect." In the meantime, he continued being his annoying self by harassing passengers on buses and blasting loud music on trains. Now, it's important to note that by this point, Johnny was so full of himself.
Bro, why are you being racist to other people in other countries? For money, for clout. I've said.
South Korean YouTuber even offered a 1 million won bounty, about $770, for information on his location. He had nowhere left to hide. But even this wasn't the end of his troubles. In November of 2024, Johnny shared a video of him kissing his supposed Korean girlfriend.
Look, me and my Korean girlfriend. Look, look, look. Look, you see? Y'all niggas jealous, y'all niggas getting pussy like this.
The girl being a flat-out jackass. The store didn't pursue him legally at the time, but seeing him get arrested for the AI-generated video gave them the perfect opportunity to file a report. Which brings us to the present, and Johnny isn't doing too well. He's since been charged with multiple other crimes, including another case of obstruction of business for when he harassed passengers on a bus.
If you guys don't know, in case you guys haven't been to Korea, buses tend to run on time. And if you are in any way delaying the timeliness of a bus, that is huge.
The Korean government has also taken his filming equipment and passport, leaving him unable to leave the country, and without his filming equipment, he has no way of making more money either. Now, we don't have any confirmation yet, but according to some sources, Johnny could face up to 29 years in prison. He's currently awaiting trial for the 7th of March 2025, and while he likely won't get the full 29 years, the Korean prosecutors will likely throw the book at him to set an example for other disrespectful content creators like him. And most people on the internet are hoping for the same, with one such comment reading, "Most respectful Americans would like to see him sent to jail for his disrespectful behavior. Letting him off will only encourage further inappropriate actions. Consequences need to be enacted and enforced." Looking back, he had plenty of chances to turn things around, but he thought he was untouchable. In the end, he dug his own grave, and now there's no way out of it. Even if by some miracle he gets deported without jail time, his reputation is in the gutter, and is banned from all major platforms. At this point, a comeback as a content creator seems almost impossible, and that's for the better.
Yep, that's it. He's in a North Korean jail. He could do up to 20 years in prison. He could do up to 29 years in prison. That is sad. But that's an example how so many people, well, there's some people that makes it bad for all of us when we travel. And these countries are saying that we are not going to take it anymore. So always be on your best behavior. Always be on your best behavior. But it was just really disheartening to see a black man act that way in different countries like that, because we always seem to have a very bad reputation. You know, he just basically fulfilling the stereotypes of what they think about us. You know, so the next person that probably come to Japan or something like that, they're probably going to think about us being, everybody being that way. But it's just not Johnny Somali. I heard about other people have very bad behaviors in foreign countries. I've heard that in South Korea, they said that the American military servicemen that are stationed there are very rude. I've heard that there are certain bars. Excuse me. I've heard that there are certain bars that they don't allow Americans in because of their bad behaviors. I've heard that before too. Yeah, they don't think that way. They don't think that way. They do not think that way. It only takes one bad person to spoil it for everybody. Yeah, Marcus. If you're too busy looking at everyone the same, you would make your reputation worse. Yeah. No one will look at you the same anymore. Because I'm telling you, Gustavo Petro, he's cracking down in Colombia. I'll tell you that. You got people that come over there to try to exploit these young girls and things like that. They are not having it. But I've just because that you live in a privileged country doesn't give you the right to go to another country and disrespect the people of that country, Because I'm telling you, they watch you, man. Those people, they watch you. I remember when I was in Medellin and Poblado at the hotel, a lady came knocking on my door, the manager of the hotel, and she brought me a platter of food. I told you that story before. She brought me a platter of food. And she told me, she said, the people here, the employees here, told me how nice and respectful that you are. And I would like to hand you this platter of food of my appreciation of being so nice. That was very unsuspected. So that lets you know that they're watching you. When the housekeeper comes into my room, when she makes up my bed, I give them a tip. I give them a tip. I say, good morning, buenos dias. I say, good morning, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Ask how her family doing, how she's doing. She comes and she makes up my bed. She cleans, put new sheets and stuff on my bed. And I show respect. I show appreciation. Then go after them. That's your target. You should be pointing your anger at, not at someone who is completely innocent. I know. I agree with you. I agree with you, Marcus. It's not fair to put everybody in that same category, but on the it's not right. I agree with you, but unfortunately, it takes a few bad people to make it bad for the bunch. You know what I'm saying? Make it bad for everybody else. But this guy, he really made it bad. All right, I'm going to be here for another 5 minutes. Anybody got any more questions they'd like to ask or anything? Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Marcus. I appreciate the people that come here every week and support this channel. I really appreciate it. You guys are the reason why I come here every week. You're the reason why I still have this channel every week. You're the reason why I like doing this. I enjoy doing it. I don't do this for the money or anything. I do this because I enjoy doing it. And because of you all. Because I think about the roles were reversed. Let's say we, the people on this live, say Colombians are desperate and crazy. You got people down there are unemployed. You got people there that are living in poverty. They don't have the same privilege like we have here in America. Same in Thailand. You got a lot of people that's poor. You know what I'm saying? And just because you're from a rich country like America or any other country doesn't give you the right to treat people bad. Right, absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate everybody from coming on the live tonight. I appreciate it. I'll be back out in Colombia as soon as possible, I promise. That's true. Not everybody's the same. I agree with you, Marcus. Not everybody's the same. Not everyone is the same. Make sure y'all, before y'all leave the channel, make sure y'all hit that like button, please. If it's your first time being on this channel, watching my videos, please subscribe. I appreciate it. Hope you guys got something out of the videos today. I hope you got something out of this content. So what you should do is hold people accountable for who is doing it. Yeah. Never for everyone from other people bad choices, because their bad choices don't define your. Yeah, it don't. You're right, Marcus, but unfortunately, you're being watched. That's all I can tell you. And then not just one person, but sometimes you have different people that come down. They can make things really bad, have very bad behaviors. Like, for example, there were people that was coming down to Colombia and doing inappropriate things And they think they can get away with it, you know. Thank you, man. I'm trying, brother. I am trying. Thank you. So I just thank you for coming on every weekend. I just hope that that everybody got something out of this live tonight. Sorry for being late. Yeah, I'm holding on, man. I'm holding on. You know, the challenge is not like where I want it to be, but thanks to Mr. Razor Rays, you know, he actually saved this channel. Because if it wasn't for that, wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here right now. YouTube is not a very easy, platform to be successful on, because it's very extremely competitive. Because I'm going against people with people that got million subscribers, people got 250,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers. They're very high on the algorithm, you know. And I'm just trying to complete. If I had my way economically, I would be in Thailand right now. I would be in Brazil. I would be traveling just like Zach in effect. But see, what people gotta understand, that's what people have to understand. Everybody's financial situation is different. Some people, they are living with their parents. Some people are living in their mom's basement. Some people ain't paying rent. I have bills to pay every single month, and they don't stop. So I don't have the privilege to just jump on planes and travel across in different countries every single weekend, like some people do. So I have to become, being able to keep the channel alive, until the time I'm able to travel again, Did those girls who drugged these guys attempt murder have been held accountable for that? Those girls who drugged these guys attempted murder. I'm not for sure what you're talking about, Marcus. What murders are you talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about. See, did those girls who drugged these guys attempt murder, and murder have been held accountable for that? What you talking about, Marcus? I don't understand. Yeah. Oh, in Colombia. I think I know. I think DC Rob talked about that. I'm not for sure what they did. I think the girls did get arrested, and they cracking down on crime down there. They're cracking down on crime. I think those girls were arrested. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. They were arrested. But Colombia, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. Let's see. Do you believe that they have been held accountable for the? I don't know. But one thing I did hear is that a lot of those females, they do drug these foreigners, and they take stuff, they steal. They do get arrested, but they let them go. Some of them, they let them go. Now, if there's like a homicide or something really serious, then they do get arrested and prosecuted. But a lot of these crimes, like when they drug and rob, they may arrest them, but they let them go. Yeah, they let them go. You should never, never, never have your valuables around people that you don't know. And you know what? They're doing the same thing here in the United States. I've been hearing about a lot of robberies going on here. You could get robbed anywhere. Yeah, good luck in Colombia. Yeah. But if you do what I tell you to do, you'll be fine. If you do what I tell you to do, you will be fine. Just don't let yourself become a target. That's all. I've been down there multiple times and I never really had no serious problems until the last time when they saw my camera, my GoPro. Because when I first started watching you, I was wondering, how did these girls not get held accountable? Yeah, because that attempted murder, when a person is drugged, becomes alive and murder. No, they don't consider that attempted murder. I never, Marcus, I don't know if you heard, but I've never been drugged before. I've never been drugged before, never. Because the type of girls I hang around with, they don't do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I vet my friends very well before I engage them. So I've never been drugged before, but I did have a crazy girl before, though. I think you probably seen that video. Man, that was the worst day of my life, man. Whoa, that was scary. She had on that black makeup all over her face and stuff. That was crazy. Yeah, but I've never been drugged before. They said, "No, you're talking about this attempted murder when you tried to kill someone." Drugging somebody does not necessarily mean that you're trying to kill them. You know, it all depends on what your intent is. Usually, when they drug you, it's not they're trying to rob you. I mean, it's not that they're trying to kill you. They're trying to rob you. Yep, they're trying to rob you. And you know what? This is happening in the States now. This is no longer just a Colombia thing. There are people who are getting carjacked. There are people who are getting set up. I'm hearing more robberies are happening here now. You don't have to go out of the country and get robbed. You know what? You just have to be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings. Anybody else got any more questions before I end this live? I would definitely keep you guys updated on my travel plans, I promise. And I can bring Barbie and some of my other girlfriends onto the show. Yeah, Barranquilla's really nice. They got some really nice girls in Barranquilla. I got a friend who I talk to all the time in Barranquilla. That's where I started from. Before I went to Medellin, I went to Barranquilla. Yeah. Yeah, the rich place. That's where I was. I was in the north part. Yeah, I was there by the mall and all the restaurants. It's really nice there. But during June, man, it is hot. Whew. Super hot. Make sure you have air conditioning. Air conditioning there is a must, especially in June. I recommend anybody going to Barranquilla, make sure if you get an Airbnb, it must have air conditioning. Because I felt like I was going to fall out there, how hot it was. It was super hot. And the humidity is really high. And more wifey material are there. Yeah, I showed you a picture of my of the girl I was going to marry in Barranquilla. Yeah, but I almost married the girl there. You said managing is too much because the girls are too pretty and don't like that. They doing much on their looks, and yeah, they are like that. But everything in managing is about pay to play most of the time. Unfortunately, it is. It's pay to play. If you got no money, you're definitely not getting no honey. And that's like that in Barranquilla too, to a degree. Everything is about the paper. Even here in the state, everything is about that paper. If you don't got no paper, you can forget it. You can kiss it goodbye. No woman wants a broke man. No woman wants a broke man. And Thailand is definitely like that. Everything is consensual. Yeah, Cartagena is hot too. Yeah, it's very hot. Yep, it's extremely hot. The last time I was there in Barranquilla, man, me and my girl, the one I showed you all the picture, we couldn't even go outside. It was so hot. If a Colombian is telling you it's too hot, then it's too hot. And a lot of those cabs didn't even have like air conditioning in their car. They didn't even have air in their cars. I told y'all a story. One time I was with this female in Barranquilla, and we took a taxi. The guy had the windows rolled up with a portable fan in the car. I nearly almost passed out. It was so hot. He was just blowing hot air. I told her, let me out of this cab. Let me out. I wanted to get out. But the cab, he put the pedal to the metal and got me back to my Airbnb fast. Cause I was about to walk out. I was about to get out of that taxi, man. It was just too hot. I was so hot, I had to lay my head on my girl's lap. And she was trying to console me. I am a genuine person. I don't condone in that. No pay to play. It's about being good, not personal beneficial. But you know what? Let me tell you something. Those girls are going to get money out of you one way or another. They're going to get money out of you one way or another. You're going to pay for something. Now, I'm not saying they're working girls or anything like that, but you're not going to get very far nowhere being broke. I'm just going to keep it like that, Marcus. It was about to say, why not roll the window down? But it must remember, the motos can target you easily. He had like plastic windows on his car, man. It was horrible. I don't think you could roll the windows down. I think he had plastic windows on his cab. And it was miserable. We had just came from the store. We got some water, and she was going to cook for me. And man, we got in his taxi. It was super hot. So everybody okay? Anybody got any more questions before I leave this live? I want to thank you all again for coming on the live. And Eric, thank you very much for the super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you guys want to support the channel, you can do it on the Cash App. I definitely appreciate it. Every donation that you make will go towards the Barbie Fund. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna try to use you, but money's gonna come out of your pocket in one way. It's gonna come out of your pocket one way or another. When you take out to dinner, that's gonna cost. When you get a cab, that's gonna cost. Or a taxi or Uber, that's gonna cost. When you go to the movies, that's gonna cost. You're gonna always pay money out of your pocket. There's no getting around it. I'm not saying that's going to use you or anything like that, but even for the most basic females, they're going to want you to spend some money on them. Right, salute to you too, brother. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming on the channel, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. And I definitely I'll let you know what my how things is going with my travel plans. This is the longest that I've been away from traveling. Let's see. I don't mind that because in general that's our road. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? Because that our road. But my concerns is just not getting no, you're not getting used. I'm gonna be honest with you, Barbie has never tried to use me. That's why I like her so much. As beautiful as she is, she's never asked for money. But I do when I see her, I do treat her though. I do take her to dinner. One thing in Colombia that would have me on edge are the cab. No, I you know what? I don't do cabs. I never do cab. The only cab that I do use is the hotel, the resort that I'm at in Medellin. I do use their cab service. But the cab service they had was the guy that was looking at my camera so strangely. I was afraid of that guy. But the Ubers are very nice. The Ubers have always been safe. I love the Ubers. Uber drivers are very cool people, and it's cheap. Because sometimes when I go to this restaurant called Sweet George's Cafe, it's a really pretty good. If you like soul food in Colombia, from the hotel to the restaurant I go to, Sweet George's Cafe is only $3. That's how much the Uber charges me for taking me to that restaurant. It's very cheap. Uber's, it's extremely cheap in Medellin. Like on my birthday, would you come out to see me the way you want to be seen on your birthday? Yeah, absolutely, Marcus. You said it was Cartagena. Okay. Bandana Travel has been trying to get me into Cartagena for a long time. But I've been so hooked on Colombia, though. Medellin with Barbie, Kathy, Maria, all of them are in Medellin. Those girls, they come from other cities around Medellin, like Bejo and Manizales and all those other small cities. They come and see me. Equal treatment. I believe the same thing too, brother. I just want to be treated equally. I agree with you. But you may want to get you a professional woman, a working woman. You know what I'm saying? A woman that has a job, that has her own. But I'm gonna tell you something though. There's good and bad in dating women that work in Colombia. The good thing is they don't ask you for much because they have their own. The negative side is that they work a lot. Some of them work a lot and they don't spend very much time with you. If they spend time with you, it's usually at night after they get off from work, which is late. Then they may spend the night with you, and then early in the morning they go right back to work again. That's the downfall of dating women at work. I know. I've been through it so many times. He said, I don't care about giving you money for whatever, as long as it's legitimate and it's not a sob story. I want to be treated equally. That's a lot. It's not a lot to ask. Yeah, I agree with you, brother. It's not like that. It's not nothing to ask for to be treated right. Let me see. I made a joke at an exotic club with some Colombian chick. I would say Colombia is scary. A lot of they would laugh back. I say in Spanish, Dios mío, lots of laugh. Yeah. Yeah, they have a good sense of humor. I plan to visit Costa Rica in July for my birthday. Oh, that would be nice, Joseph. I'm going to chop it up with you later, Joseph, okay? Please forgive me. When you called, I was at work. So sometimes it's hard for me to answer my phone when I'm at work. But the best thing to do is leave a message. Sometimes just type, and that'd be more better than talking on the phone. Because I do work a lot. Now, speaking of that, of the romance tour from one you was at on that AFN, a foreign affair. Majority of the girls I pick out all either got jobs or been to college or is in college. Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a good choice, Marcus. Yeah, that is a good choice. Happy birthday to you, Marcus. That'd be nice. Costa Rica would be nice. Yes, sir. Well, okay. I'm getting ready to get off this live stream. Anybody got any more questions before I get off? Only thing I could tell you, I could summarize everything. Just make sure you save your money, invest very well. Let's see, that's why I am confident to them, but they still got me a little scared because of, they're desperate. Some of them are desperate. I got one that calls me all the time, want me to send her some money. All the time. But sometimes, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes you send the money, but the money's not going for where you send it for. I'm just going to keep it like that. Because some of the money you could be sending them is not going to the store. It's not going for their kids, but could be going to the dope man. Problem in westernized countries like America is isolating and cliquish. No access to meeting new people. Yep, absolutely right. It's very cliquish. Yes, sir. You are welcome anytime. Anytime, man. I'm always there for you guys. Yeah, don't end up like Johnny Somali, man. Wherever y'all go, don't end up like Johnny Somali. He may do 20 years. I think even, let me tell you this, even if they don't give him the full 29 years, he still could end up doing 10 or 15 years. They're going to make an example out of him, or he could do 10 years. That would still be messed up because I think the worst place you can be is being an Asian prison, man. Especially North Korea. You don't want to go there, prison. But you're right across the border in South Korea. Man, I can't even imagine what type of prisons they have there. Looking for remote work or contracting electrical engineer. Okay. That's what I mean by fake sob stories. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful with those sob stories. Yeah. Because like I said, you thinking you're giving it to the girl, and the girl takes the money and she's giving it to the dope man. Not all of them, but some of them. Stay away from those sob stories. Because I tell them I cannot change your environment. I'm powerless. You are powerless to change their environment. I cannot change your government. I cannot change your politicians. I cannot change what goes on whatever country that you're from. And sending them money every week is not going to change it. Keep your money in your pocket. Invest into stocks like I told you to. Invest it into the stock market. Put your money away for retirement. Yup. You know what, Marcus? I had to do the same thing. I had to block people. That's why I like Barbie so much. She does not ask for a dime. I talked to her 2 days ago. She's beautiful. I can't wait to see her again. Okay, let's see. What'd you say? But you've been living in Colombia ever since you was born. It was no way you're acting this way. Yeah, some of them are desperate, though. Not all of them, but some are desperate. So, because see, Marcus, you got to understand that some of them are living in very poor conditions and in very poor economic conditions, living in poverty. It's called perpetual poverty. Yes, I work in the medical field. Yes, sir. I work in the medical field. Yep. So, well, I'd like to thank my core subscribers for being on the live tonight. Make sure y'all like and subscribe again to the channel. I'm getting ready to get off, but I will be back again in the week. Sometime if I get any breaking news, I will definitely come back on maybe for a few minutes or something like that, okay? Okay, guys, thank you for coming again. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share my videos, please. Help me get some more subscribers because my subscriber count has been stuck. You know, ever since been doing these lives, it seems like my subscriber count doesn't increase for some reason. I don't know why. But when I used to do regular videos, it kind of did, though, you know. Before I was making ends meet, that just doesn't add up to me. Yeah. You got a lot of questions, Marcus. We're going to be all right, brothers and sisters. All right, I'm going to get off. I only got 5 people left in the live. And you guys have a very blessed night. Stay safe. And if anything comes up geopolitically that you guys need to know, I'll definitely let you know, okay? Thank you for your support and God bless. And you all have a very blessed night. God bless you. Thank you. Peace.